What's up, everybody? We are back with the Unpolished podcast. I am one of your hosts, JD from the Otaku Fix. Also, my co-host is JC, aka Always J Carson. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. These chapters are very interesting. A lot of setup, which I wasn't expecting, but they do it very well.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting 3 chapters to set up. that's that's a little interesting how they chose to do it. I guess with the amount of action we've had the past few chapters.
You gotta slow it down, right?
Yeah, but 3 chapters to set up. That's definitely slowing it down. You think?
At the pace they've been going, yeah, it's a lot of slowdown. But I mean, they're still good chapters though. So I mean, I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so we're going to discuss chapter 93 through 95. Correct? That's right.
Correct.
All righty. So I guess we'll get started. Give a brief, um, kind of like a brief synopsis of what happened last time. We was on, if we can remember. I know that was a while ago. Shit. Let's see. Last time Isagi lost. He joined Ren's team,
Oh, you went back
and
that far?
well, I'm just trying to, just trying to do a little brief catch up. So Isagi lost, joined Ren's team. They've been waiting to get their next assignment. We fast forward to what was his name? The hero. Shit. What was his name? The hero name.
Oh,
Let me see.
to him?
Yeah,
His
him.
name is Rensuke
Ryosuke.
Kunigami.
Okay, Kunigami. So Kunigami and Rio, and I forgot who was the third person on their team. And they end up battling out with another team. And we didn't get anything else from that. They just showed them started,
Right.
playing the match, and then they switched off. And then next thing you know, that's pretty much it, right? Was that pretty much the last of it? Oh no. Isagi and Ren, they end up playing the pros, and they end up getting their ass whooped.
Yeah, they got their ass whooped.
They got their ass whooped. All right, so now it's the aftermath of them getting their ass whooped.
Well, I mean,
So,
technically, if you want to go back that far, what we learned from the previous chapters are that not only did Ren Isagi get the ass whooped, everybody else went through the same gamut of actually playing the pros, and they got their ass whooped too.
yeah, but that was expected.
I mean, it was expected, but we didn't know that everybody else was going to actually, play them also.
Yeah, that's also true. So now to current time, semi-current time. Everybody's finished, and now everybody's coming in to join Ren, Isagi, Bakura, and the rest of. I guess we can call them Team A or Team One.
Yeah,
Let's call them Team One. Team One. So they're coming in, joining Team One, and we got to see who all passed. And shockingly, some people passed that I thought wouldn't have passed.
Who was that? Who do you think wouldn't have passed?
What was his name? Remember the guy that was on Team Z, like at the very beginning when they first had their 11, and it was the guy who always wanted to fight with Kunigami and Isagi, the short-haired dude.
Oh, yes. God,
Remember him?
What was his name? It's been so long ago.
Right, it's been so long ago because we haven't seen him up until now, and he's one of the ones that passed. So I thought he got kicked off, but apparently he made it.
Well, I mean,
so that was. Come on, you got to say you ain't expect to see him.
No,
again.
I kind of did, and the reason why I kind of the reason why I kind of expected to see him was like it wouldn't be the first time this happened, but a lot of manga promotional art and a lot of art means a lot, and they've been in the promotional art.
True.
I mean, all of them, and and I mean, exactly, it's all been in there. Even the guy Kunigami. I mean, we learned that he gets a second chance.
Yeah, which we're definitely gonna have to talk about that for 94. What that means and what do we think that he's necessarily gonna have to do in order to get that second chance? So
exactly, we don't know about that, but see,
yeah,
a lot of people passed. they're introducing more characters, which
A
I
shit
think is
ton of
good.
more characters.
There's so many. Like Blue Lock, look, okay, guys, Isagi is the MC. And we got Ren, we got Bakura. We've seen a lot of them, and then you have more characters that are just semi as important. You just keep giving us more and more people to worry about. Like how they'll keep doing this to us. I mean, we got to worry about every character now.
Apparently, we're literally gonna have to worry about every character.
As you can see, everybody, we are struggling with these names. Trying to remember all these names of people that are important to the story.
Right. It's a shit ton of characters, but I mean, it's even hard remembering the main group,
Yeah,
especially because it's been so long since we've seen all of them together.
right.
So I don't know. It's just one of those things. we're gonna need a clipboard and just start writing names down or something.
Exactly.
That's what we're gonna have to do. But 93 wasn't too much. It was just everybody's coming in, and Ego had a nice secret to tell everybody. Which, moving on to 94, is where we found out that Blue Lock might be abolished. So what was your thoughts on the I guess the new information that the backers of Blue Lock are pretty much done throwing away money and they want to abolish the whole program?
Well, the thing about it is that I mean it's a real world situation. I mean, if you have this expansive project like Blue Lock and you're supposed to produce results, and then you bring some pros in, and they get their ass handed to them, they're gonna look at you like, hey, you're not producing results. So like the real world, we're gonna shut you down. So I mean, I'm glad they did it in that way. It makes sense in that way. But at the same time, his counter proposal was amazing also.
Yeah. Our proposal was Team Blue Lock, which is going to consist of 11 players,
All right.
versus the U20 team.
That is
Which
correct. And I don't know. I don't know about
wait,
this one, man.
you don't what you don't know? You don't think they'll do it?
I don't know about this, but I mean, we'll get into it in the next chapter because then that'll explain because how this team is constructed. It doesn't make sense. I'm not sure how they're gonna make it work with the team as currently constructed.
I mean, given the Howard team, of course, some people are gonna lose and probably get kicked out. And
Well, there's only 11.
yeah, it's only 11, but it's like I think he said 30 is 30 of them right now, all of them that passed totally. So, which we're going to also discuss more in 95 on how that 30 is going to. Well, I think it's like
It's an odd
33 of them
number.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
an odd
like
number.
33 or something crazy like that. But gonna discuss how they're gonna drop down to 11. But yeah, it was definitely interesting. And as far as Kunagami goes, and his second chance, so he loses. He didn't
Right.
get picked, and he's walking towards the exit. But he looks on the ground and sees this fork in the road arrow, and to his left he sees a wild card door. Now, obviously, this is him getting a second chance. Why him? I don't know.
I don't think it's just him. I think it's actually everybody gets a second chance.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, the door. They're actually gonna put a special door up there where everybody can see it, and it's like, no, you can't go to that door. I mean, it's
Unless, unless it could be the door given where they gotten to. Like if you gotten to a certain point and you're not picked, then you get that door light. But if you lost earlier on, you didn't get that door,
well,
that option.
I'm not sure how expansive the place is where they are, but I mean, everybody's going through the same steps. So I mean, if you're in the 3 group or if you're in the 2 groups and you lose, everybody's going through that same door. It's not like
Hmm.
maybe there's different arenas. That could be it, but
Yeah,
I'm thinking it's everybody because my reasoning behind that is Ego hasn't left anything up to chance. There's
right.
always that one unpolished gem that could have gotten put out early that could learn a lesson and come back and shock the world. So you're not. I mean, Kunigami is a good player, but he was lacking the killer instinct in order to win. And that's not very. I mean, that's not something that's hard to learn, especially if you just went through that. And there's so many other players that it's gonna be him. Okay, let's just be honest. He's in the promotional, all right. He's a part of the original. It's gonna be him that wins, but he has some people to go against. It's gonna be some killer 1v1s until you figure out who gets up there.
That is true.
It's gonna be some sort of crazy, nobody gets any sleep battles, and until the last person standing.
It's definitely gonna be interesting to see exactly how that's gonna play out.
But how do you think they're gonna introduce him back into the story? Because
well, I think they're gonna do it like giving the way Ego portrayed it in chapter 95, which I guess that's a good segue moving into chapter 95, is that when you're getting down to the amount of I think it was he said a certain amount. I had to look it up real quick. Let's see.
Well, yeah, but that's Bakura's spot though.
Yeah, but he did say the ones who wasn't chosen gonna have to do one-on-ones or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no, he was saying that from what they were saying is that there's either the groups of 3 that's gonna be 2 people without a group partner. And that's gonna be
he said 2 of them are going to have 2 chances to make it.
No, he said one of them.
It's
no, he said
right? No, he said 2. All right, so pretty much how it was is, of course, everybody has to choose a team. So the top 6 are pretty much the captains.
Right.
And he said the 29 who aren't in the top 6 divide into groups of 3. So 3 times 9, of course, makes 27 people. One team would be 1 member short, making them a team of 2.
Correct.
So, as an exemption, just 1 more person will have the chance to play in 2 matches. That honor will go to the. Okay, so that's Bakura.
Right.
The top 6. So Bakura is the number 7. But I could have sworn he said something else. Let me see. What's shocking about the top 6 is Nagi was chosen, which I didn't think Nagi would get chosen.
Okay, but who are the top 6?
The top 6 was Ren, of course Ren. Nagi was the last one. Nagi was the 6th. Another guy, Yukimaya Kinyu, he was number 5. Karasu Tabito, he was number 3. And Shido Ryuzi, the one who always gets in trouble and gets in fights, the one who beat Kunigami, he was number 2.
I knew it. I knew it. When you just don't show somebody with that much like ferocity and how good he was at the very end. He was like 1 away from getting kicked out, and they just all of a sudden showed him out of nowhere. And I was like, that seems weird. Like, how good is he really? I mean, I think you said he's probably really good. It's just because of his attitude.
Yeah, it has to be, because like it was just no way somebody can be that good and like just be in the bottom.
Right.
And but that only has to do with his attitude. Yeah, number 2.
But number 2 good? Like, I that shocked the hell out of me when he said number 2. I was like, right, you say? Really? Is that what we doing right now? But apparently, like we didn't get to see his match against the pros, but he said Ego said he's only the 2nd person to score against the pros.
Yeah. I think he said, I could be wrong because it's been a while since I read it, but I think he said everybody who made the top 6 was able to score a goal against the pros.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect.
Oh, what is it then? It's been a while since I read it.
It's just
I know you just read it.
So it's Ren and Ryusei. They're only 2 that scored because the guy with the glasses, Kinyu, he asked Ego, well, why are they above me? He said, because he thinks he's better than Ren. He said, why are they above me? And he said, well, those 2 are the only 2 that were to score against the pros. And plus, it was the pros giving their advice on who they thought were the best, plus egos input into it also.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Sounds good to me. I mean, I ain't mad at him.
But I'm surprised but like you said before, I'm surprised Nagi is actually in the top 6. Like, I mean, by how much better has he gotten? I guess that's the question I gotta ask. He had a whole bunch of natural talent, right?
Yeah, he had natural talent, but I don't know. I don't know how much better he could have gotten because I don't know.
I mean, the last time we saw him play, he was good, but he wasn't take over the game good.
Right, because if it wasn't for Isagi, they wouldn't have been in the match to begin with.
Right.
And it's just the fact that okay, Isagi didn't make the top 6, even though when they were on the same team, Isagi pretty much carried them as far as putting them in a position to win.
Right.
Bakura became number 7. I don't know why, because Bakura was pretty much the afterthought of Isagi and Rin. But I guess if you're looking at the pros match, I
But
mean,
I mean,
Bakura did help him score that goal,
that's
so
true.
maybe.
Yeah, but at the same time, during his match against Isagi, Bakura they almost lost that game. Yeah,
Yeah,
remember he went crazy and went 1v4 and
yeah,
scored his own goal.
and Isagi stopped him like on the last play, but it was just luck that they won because the
Right.
ball went straight to Ren. So that's why I was kind of shocked Isagi didn't make the top 6. Even
Well,
if he would have been a very, even if he would have been number 6.
yeah, but at the same
But
time, if you look at it, what did Isagi against the pros? Like, what did Isagi do? He was
but I mean, technically none of them did much during the pros except Ren, at least from their group.
well, yeah. I mean, but
Ren was the only one that didn't give up. Everybody else kind of admitted defeat.
well, I mean, like you said, Bakura helped Ren score the goal, and he went out the pros, even though he was no match for him on the defensive end. He still went at a pro player like it was nothing. Still
Hmm.
did his regular moves, still did everything. It only worked once, but that's all that they needed to happen, really.
I guess like we never know exactly how ego judges these things.
Yeah, that's true. And of course, we didn't see the other matches either, so we don't know what happened. But only thing we do know from the story is nobody else scored except
No,
for those two teams. So they all got smashed.
oh man, I don't know. It's definitely gonna be interesting. And how does Kunagami play into this? What is his wild card? Is his wild card gonna be one of those? Is his wild card that spot that's going to join that team that has less players?
Nah, I mean, unless like Bakura wins or something, or they don't need him to play again, then that could be it. But I don't think they have enough time. They could introduce it. I mean, if they're the last team to go, but I think it's gonna be something. They gotta have reserve players. Like once again, when you get to the team, it's gonna be 11 versus 11. You just can't not have reserve players.
Given how sports series and anime and manga been, do they really have reserves? Like
Of
a
course
lot
they,
of them really. You
of
know what I'm
course they
saying? Like
do.
in the team sports, they rarely have reserves. They like play the whole game by themselves, like offense and defense, and they never switch with
Not my
anybody.
Haikyuu. They switch out all the time.
Haikyuu's the only one. I mean, you can't really. Well, if you want to say Ace of Diamond, I don't know because technically that's a complete team, not necessarily reserves.
Well, I mean,
Because
yes, that's the
because you
same
have
time.
so it's kind of eh.
But at the same time, I mean, just like we were saying earlier, they're a team of forwards, right? So if you're a team of forwards,
Mhm.
you're not a very good team because, like you said, some people got to play defense, somebody got to play goalie. You know, there's so many different positions on the soccer field, and you have a team of forwards, so you have to like. It's just not gonna work. I'm not sure Ego tried to make it sound like it's gonna work. You know, with building a team around the top 6, so that means everybody else is aren't even strikers anymore.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you're either playing defense or you're
a goalie or
you're something else.
Right.
So how does that work for the whole best striker? Oh, I remember now. Because Ego said just because they're in the top 6 does not
it doesn't
mean
mean they're gonna stay there.
exactly. So you can be the core of the team if you want to, if you can get to that level. I'm kind of wondering if our main character can actually get in the top 6. Do you think so?
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna get there. He's the MC. He's if even if it's not the top 6, he's gonna get top 7, or Ego's gonna change it to where he's gonna make it. He's the MC. He's gonna make it.
He
I
can
don't know
make.
if he's gonna make top 6, but he's
I
gonna
mean,
make it past.
he's make team, of
Yeah.
course, but top 6. I mean, we
I
don't know
mean,
about the
given what we've seen from Isagi, he's the fastest to grow.
right.
So I do have faith he can make the top 6.
Do you okay? If Nagi's in top 6, he gotta be able to make top 6, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like if Nagi's there, and this is no disrespect to Nagi, but it's like, bro, if Nagi can make top 6, Isagi can definitely make top 6.
Because there was a certain point where Isagi was better than Nagi, right?
Yes.
Is that what I mean? It was. I don't think it was like specifically said in the story that he was better, but it was pretty clear that like Isagi was definitely better than Nagi because Nagi was kind of like a getting to that one trick pony type thing with the
I
whole
mean,
knocking the ball in the air and
if
juggling.
you look at it, the match Isagi played against Nagi, they won.
Right.
Isagi won, and then when they were on teams, Isagi was chosen. On top of that,
Chosen by
and
Ren.
chosen by Ren, so
And now he's at top 6 because I'm guessing it had to be in his early matches and also the pro match that he's gotten so much better that he was impressive. So I actually want to see. Actually, I just want to see whose team they're going to choose. They get to choose their own teams they get to play for or play
yeah.
with.
Now, what I also want to know is the top 6 can deny certain people from being on their team. Like if they played against them in previous matches or something, could they deny a certain player from joining their team?
I doubt it because, like Ego said, you only get one match.
Mm-hmm.
So you only get one match. You get to choose which team you want to play with. But if you don't shine, if you're not good with that team, then that's the only match you get. You don't get multiple matches.
Only Bakar gets multiple. It gets
Well,
one more.
Bakar gets multiple,
Yeah,
but
he gets one more. 2 matches.
the top teams, the top 6 are going to play every match though, pretty much.
Yeah.
So they got to play multiple matches. Of course, Bakar is going to play. So
yes.
I kind of want Isagi to choose Ren. Normally, he's going to choose Ren because Ren's the best. He wants to be near the best. But
I think he's
Ren
gonna choose somebody other than Ren.
yeah, but
I think he's gonna choose Shido, the guy who beat Kunigami.
well, I mean, Cheetah and Ren are on the same team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it goes into 1 and 2 together, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So Ren and Cheeto are on the same team.
Yeah, I don't think Isagi's gonna choose them. I think Isagi is gonna want to prove he can beat him.
That's what I want him to do. But is it gonna be? It wouldn't be his best place to shine. Let's put it that way, because those two
It could be if he's the best player on whatever team he goes to.
Yeah, but not that team.
Well, yeah, he's not gonna shine with Ren and whatchamacallit, but he can probably shine with some of the other top 6. He can shine with Nagi. We already seen he can shine with Nagi. That would be the easiest.
Nagi is number. 6, so Nagi and Kenya, the guy with the glasses.
Right. We already know Isagi can shine with Nagi.
They
That's
got
like
and they got 3 weeks to actually learn their partners, and it also really depends on who else is on his team too, because they have to make a team of 3, and that team of 3 has to basically choose. I want to play with these people, or they can choose on their own and just make up threes at that point.
mm-hmm.
So it's not only do you choose which top team you want to go with, you also have to look at which other players are going to be in that group with you, and to make that team of 3, so you have to make the best possible team.
Yeah. Now the thing is, how will the selection go as far as who stays in the top 6 and who doesn't? Since it's gonna fluctuate.
Well, it's going to be
Is it just ego evaluating everyone, or is it like something more to it?
Of course, just because, like you said, just because you're in the top 6 don't mean you're going to stay there.
Right.
So you're going to want to win every game if you're a top 6 player. But at the same time, if you are one of the other players, like, winning's going to mean so much, because if a top 6 keeps losing, let's say like 3 and 4 keep losing, well, that means they aren't as good as ego and everybody thought they were. So they might get put out of the top.
But do they get a chance if they get put out of the top? Are they completely done, or do they get a chance to reclaim their spot?
Well, as long as they're the best out of the 11, then yeah, they're fine.
Hmm.
But if they're not, then they'll lose their spot. In general.
Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how this develops and just what team Isagi chooses. I know he's not going to choose. I I don't. I really don't think he's going to choose Ren. I can't see it.
I don't really want him to. At the
I don't
same,
want him to either. I don't want him to choose Ren.
it's kind of the two similar styles in the way they play, and that
Right.
wouldn't really help him. I mean, they could win and beat people, but it's not going to help him grow.
Right. Unless he's gonna devour him and.
I don't know
But
about that.
he's tried 2 times and failed. So
Uh,
unless you want to count third times the charm.
no. I mean, I don't think I mean, he did fail. He lost, but he lost because of quote unquote luck, and how they were saying that the whole luck thing happened.
Yeah. I mean it. I, I mean, I still consider it like a double loss. I still consider he lost twice because even though he outsmarted him one play, like that's one play, bro. Like if you can't do it at least multiple times during the game, like Ren still is leads better than you.
Yeah, 100%. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure they're not going to show every match, because we're looking at 9 different teams plus the 2 that will have somebody missing. So you have 10 different teams. They're not gonna show all those matches.
Nah,
So
no way.
they're gonna stick to the main cast that we've seen before. Probably they're
Mm-hmm.
all going to different teams. We're going to see some of those matches. We'll see all of Ren's, probably all of Bakura. Will they be on the same team? No. They've got to show the other cast and how they've grown.
Well, it all depends if the other cast going to be on different teams. The rest of the cast might only be on 2 teams.
Well,
Like part of the cast on this team and the other part on this team, and that could show the whole cast right there, and the rest could just be simulated in the background.
Well, the whole cast is like what, 11 people?
Yeah, but all 11
Besides
aren't
one of
there,
them.
are they?
I mean, they're missing 2 of them.
Well, they're missing Kunigami. They're missing the one that Isagi kicked out.
Right.
Was Rio?
Oh yeah,
Rio
yeah.
was there.
There was one more. That other kid that. Well, I
Oh,
just
the
forgot.
monk.
Yeah, the monk's there.
The monk's there,
Yeah.
and it was one more, right?
Yeah, the guy, the really long guy who could jump. They're all there except for the one that
Yeah,
Rio. Not
those
Rio.
people we just named.
Right. So you have to be 3 teams, but they all be on the same team because they were on different teams, and when they came in, so they've already learned how to play with different people. So I would assume people who have came through Blue Lock will try to form teams because they know how the other person plays. That would make the most sense.
Right.
But at the same time, nobody knows Isagi has gotten so much better. He's been at the bottom for so long, so nobody's seen him play except for everybody who's been on his team.
I don't think none of them would choose Isagi either. I don't think Baru
Exactly.
and Chigiri would choose Isagi.
No, they probably want to beat him.
Yeah, they want to beat him, so they wouldn't choose to be nowhere near Isagi's team.
So I'm seeing Isagi, which nobody at this point is going to be bad. So there are no bad teammates. But I feel like he's going to be on a team that he doesn't know anybody again.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up, how do you think Ren's brother? How good do you think he is? Because he will be on the U20 team that the Blue Lock 11 will be facing.
Better than Ren.
Well, I mean, we know better than Ren, but like, if let's say we're comparing him to the pros we've just seen, do you think he's on their level, below, or even above their level? Because all we know about him is that he's a prodigy. He's already been pro. He's 18, and
well, he's leading the U20 team, so
right.
He's number one.
Right. So do you think that he's on the same level as the pros, or like right under it, or do you think he's above the pros that we've seen?
I'm pretty sure he's on the same level as the pros. I mean, he was this like we saw when he first introduced him. He's able to say, "Hey, I want to be a part of this Blue Lock thing, and I want to, it wasn't actually a part of it, but he's going to play against them." He chose that himself. He had the cachet to do it himself. Like, I want to do this, so I'm doing it.
Now, do you think he knows his brother is in Blue Lock?
Of course.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because remember, he left Japan because he saw Japan soccer as weak, so he left.
That's correct.
And he only came back because he had to renew his citizenship.
Right.
But just given the relationship that at least Ren kind of displays, and maybe Hitoshi kind of displays, like they don't really have a close knit relationship. I mean, of course, maybe his mom or dad can say, "Hey, your brother's in this Blue Lock thing.
Yeah, I
we
mean,
can probably get a backstory."
The parents know where he's at. I mean, it's not like
but I'm not saying maybe he knows his brother in there. I mean, he might not have talked to his parents or whatever, but I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Like maybe it's gonna be somewhat. Well, it's not gonna be a shock to him because he probably thinks his brother is trash anyway. But
I mean, from what he's displayed so far, his brother is his goal. So his brother. I don't think his brother's trash. It's just one of those.
Well, I'm saying
little brother complexes, and
I'm talking about as like Itoshi probably sees Ren as being trash.
Compared to Itoshi.
him. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like he probably sees Ren as being like he's not that good anyway.
I wouldn't say
which is why Ren wants to beat him.
I wouldn't say that I think that he thinks he's trash. It's one of those things of I don't see you until you're good enough to be seen type thing.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, that's almost saying he's trash, but
yeah, that's.
but at the same time, I mean,
that's saying he low key trash.
He's number one in Blue Lock right now, so I'm assuming, yeah, Ren's gonna be. I mean, not Ren. Sai's gonna be way better still. To be honest.
Yeah, I think he's. I'm just interested to see what makes him so good. Like, what is his special thing that makes him as good as he is? Like, does he have the same thing Ren does, but like on a whole nother level, or is it something different?
Well, they said something about his passing. His passing was elite, and he said he was looking for someone who could take his passes.
So, in other words, he might be like a better Bakura.
Yeah, he's looking for the ultimate striker, pretty much.
Oh man.
And that's basically what Blue Lock is trying to do.
Right. Well, definitely can't wait to chapter 96. Hopefully we get some action.
Right.
in chapter 96, and I'm tired of the setup. I want to see some action now. We had 3 chapters to set up, which would have been good, but I'm just ready to see some action.
Right.
All right, so anything you got left you want to say on any other chapters?
Nah, man, I'm good with this.
All right. All right, y'all. We appreciate everybody for watching. Subscribe to Always Jay Carson, and if you aren't subscribed to me, the Otaku Fix, please subscribe. And we will catch you guys next time. Peace.
Peace out.